All right, so now today we're gonna model a 2 by 2 digit multiplication problem. What I want you to do is read this to yourself a couple of times first, pause this video, and see if you can get the right answer on your own. When you're done, click play and we're gonna go over it together. All right, so now that you've done this on your own, we're gonna read it together and break it apart like we would if we're taking a test. These are test-taking strategies. There are 28 trains leaving the station. There are 46 people on each train. How many people are all together on the trains? So some of you may have picked up by now when I was pausing and really saying each word and enunciating, meaning that that's some important information. So I'm going to start again. There are 28 trains leaving the station. Very important piece. Always underline your important information. There are 46 people on each train. So before the question even asks me what it wants, or what it tells me what it wants me to do, I'm saying 28 trains, 46 on each train. So one train equals 46 people. 28 trains equals blank people. But the question, once again, I'm gonna read it. How many people are, here's another key word, all together on the trains? So all of our trains with 46 people on each. So what I'm doing here is 2 times 2 digit multiplication. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this up, okay? I'm going to say, here's my area model, or you can call it a rectangular array. And I'm going to make 4 boxes. Why do I make 4 boxes? Well, if I'm breaking up these 2 digits, 2 times 2 digit multiplication, each right here, we're going to place these, okay? So we're going to break it apart by place value. Say 28 slowly. 28, 46, 46. So 40 for 4 tens and 6 ones, and 20 for 2 tens and 8 ones, so 28. So now I have 40 times 20 in this first box. I'm gonna follow it like a multiplication chart. If you're still having trouble with that, say, okay, this box, whatever my marker lands on, so 20 and 40, so 40 times 20. You can put a multiplication symbol there. Well, 40 times 20 is a little hard, but I'm gonna say 4 times 2 seems reasonable. So 4 times 2 is 8. But how many zeros did I leave behind? So 4 times 2, 40 times 20 has 2 more zeros I have to add at the end. Okay, so our first box is worth 800. So I'm gonna look over here for a second and I'll start eliminating my answer choices. If 800 is right here, I already have 800 to work with, I definitely can't have 74 as my answer. That can't be my product. Now also, it's above 678. So I've got 2 I've eliminated already. Now I have a 50-50 chance just already when I haven't worked them all out. And you notice that these 2 answers are really close to each other. So when we're adding, we have to be careful and start looking right away. So it doesn't matter what box you go to next, but I'm gonna line my marker up with this 20. So this box is 20 times 6. Well, 6 times 2 is 12. And this time I only have 1 zero that I left out. So when I add it to the end, 6 times 20 is 120. All right. I can also count up by 26 times. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120. Okay. Now I'll start here. Okay. 8 times 6, 8 and 6. Well, 6 times 8 is 48. So that box is taken care of. Now this last box, I follow my finger, 40 times 8. 40 times 8. I know 8 times 4 is 32. And I have 1 zero that I have to add on to the end. So now with all of my information here, still too close to call. I have to add these all up to find my total product. So over to the side, 800, 320, 120, and 48. And you can split this up if you need to. If you need to add these 2 first and then come back to these 2, that's fine. Step by step, our ones place. All these zeros plus 8 is 8. Okay, so I know that there's an 8 in my ones place. And so the only answer choice that has an 8 in the ones place is right here. So I'm gonna mark this because this seems like a good answer to me so far. But let's keep going. 2 plus 2 is 4, plus another 4 is 8. Now I'm looking here. This also doesn't have an 8 in the tens place, but this one does, so it's looking really good. Now I'm back to my hundreds place right here. 8 plus 3. Well, 8 plus 2 is 10, plus 1 more is 11. So 8 plus 3 is 11, plus 1 more is 12. And it looks like my thoughts are confirmed. I've got a 2 here in the hundreds and a 1 in the thousands. So this has to be my answer choice right here. Okay, so how many people are all together on the trains? Well, there's 1,288 people.